I am blessed. These three words carry a quiet power that can transform the way you see your entire day. When you begin your morning with gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Many times, we wake up already worried about what needs to be done, what went wrong yesterday, or what might go wrong today. But when you pause and whisper, I am blessed, you remind your heart that there is already goodness surrounding you, even in the smallest things. The air you breathe, the bed you slept in, the food waiting on your table, the people who care about you. These are not small gifts, they are daily miracles that many take for granted. Gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the light even when clouds fill the sky. When you say, I am blessed, you are not denying your struggles, you are declaring that your blessings are bigger than your burdens. This simple affirmation repositions your soul. It tells your heart that no matter how heavy life feels, there is still something good to hold on to. Every blessing, no matter how small, is a sign that God's hand is still upon your life. The fact that you have been given another sunrise means your story is not over yet. When you speak gratitude into your morning, peace begins to fill your heart, hope starts to grow, and your outlook begins to change. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, beauty instead of chaos. And that's the real miracle. When your perspective becomes your greatest blessing, because a thankful heart is never empty, and a soul that knows it is blessed never truly feels lost. I am loved. These words carry warmth and power that can heal even the deepest wounds of the heart. Each morning when you remind yourself of this truth, you anchor your soul in something unshakable. The world often tries to convince you that your value depends on what you achieve, how you look, or how others see you. But real love, the kind that comes from God, is not something you earn, it's something you already have. It is constant, unconditional, and everlasting. When you say, I am loved, you are declaring that no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've fallen short, you are still precious in the eyes of the one who created you. This reminder softens the weight of self-doubt and lifts the fog of loneliness. It reminds you that even in silence, you are never alone. God's love surrounds you like sunlight. You can't always see it, but it is always there, warming your spirit, guiding your steps, and renewing your hope. When you truly believe you are loved, your heart begins to change. You stop seeking validation from others and start walking with quiet confidence. You treat yourself with kindness, speak to yourself gently, and extend that same love to others. Saying, I am loved, each morning is an act of faith. It's choosing to believe that your worth isn't determined by people or circumstances, but by divine grace. It gives you the strength to face rejection, disappointment, or fear without losing your sense of peace. Love becomes your foundation, steady, deep, and secure. And when your heart overflows with that awareness, you naturally share it. You forgive more easily, smile more freely, and live each day knowing that being loved is not just a feeling. It's your identity. I am enough. These three words hold the power to silence the loudest doubts within you. Every day, the world whispers that you need to do more, achieve more, or become someone else to be worthy. But when you speak, I am enough, to yourself each morning, you reclaim your peace from those expectations. You remind your heart that you were not created to meet the impossible standards of others. You were created with purpose, intention, and love. You are not defined by your mistakes, your past, or the opinions of people who fail to see your worth. You are enough, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. When you truly begin to believe this, everything changes. You stop comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. You stop striving for perfection that never satisfies the soul. Instead, you begin to live with authenticity. You start appreciating the unique gifts and strengths that make you who you are. Being enough doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you grow from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. It means you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a work in progress, and that's okay. There is peace in accepting yourself as you are. Imperfect, yet valuable, flawed, yet worthy. The pressure to prove yourself begins to fade, and in its place comes freedom. Freedom to be real, to make mistakes, to learn, and to rise again. Each time you whisper, I am enough, you affirm that your existence is already meaningful. You carry within you everything you need to fulfill your purpose. You don't need to chase approval, you simply need to walk in truth. Because when you live believing you are enough, you begin to shine exactly as you were meant to. I am guided. These words are a declaration of trust, a quiet surrender to the divine plan that is greater than your understanding. When you say them each morning, you remind your heart that you are not walking through life alone. Even when the road seems uncertain, even when your path feels hidden by shadows, there is a higher hand leading you step by step. Sometimes you won't see the full picture, and that's okay. Faith isn't about knowing every detail. It's about believing that each moment, even the confusing ones, is part of something meaningful. Life will often take unexpected turns. Doors will close that you hoped would open, and detours will appear when you least expect them. But when you trust that you are guided, you learn to see purpose in every delay, lesson in every disappointment, and growth in every challenge. You begin to understand that guidance doesn't always come through loud signs or miracles. Sometimes it comes through quiet peace in your spirit, through the right person crossing your path, or through the strength that rises in you when you thought you had none. Saying, I am guided, helps you move from fear to faith. It reminds you that every experience, both joyful and painful, is shaping you for what's ahead. You may not always understand the why, but you can rest in the truth that there is a why. When you walk with trust, life stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a journey. Every morning, when you speak these words, you realign yourself with divine direction. You begin to walk with calm assurance, knowing that where you are is exactly where you are meant to be, and where you're going is already known by the one guiding you. Today, I will shine. These words are not just about brightness, they are about purpose. Each morning when you declare this, you're reminding yourself that your light matters, that your presence in this world has meaning. To shine doesn't mean you need to be the loudest, the most successful, or the most noticed. It means you choose to bring warmth, kindness, and hope wherever you go. It means you decide to respond with patience when it's easier to be angry, to smile when others frown, and to encourage when someone feels unseen. Your light might seem small, but even the tiniest flame can drive away darkness. When you say, today, I will shine, you are making a promise, not just to yourself but to the people around you. You are promising to live with integrity, to let your faith be visible in your words and actions. You never know who might need the light you carry. Maybe it's a friend feeling lost, a stranger needing kindness, or even your own heart searching for peace. When you let your light shine, you give others permission to find theirs too. Shining doesn't mean life will always be easy. There will be cloudy days, moments when your spirit feels dim, and times when the world seems too heavy. But that's when your light is needed most. Real faith glows brightest in darkness. So you keep shining, through prayer, through love, through the quiet strength that refuses to give up. Each morning you rise, you carry the chance to reflect God's grace in your own unique way. Today, I will shine is not just a phrase, it's a daily choice to live with hope, to share love, and to be a living reflection of the light that never fades. Let your faith be genuine. These words remind you that faith is not about appearance or ritual. It's about the condition of your heart. True faith is not something you show only when others are watching. It's something you live quietly, honestly, and consistently. It's easy to say you have faith when life feels calm, but genuine faith is proven when you continue to trust even when everything around you seems uncertain. It's the strength to believe when answers don't come, the courage to keep praying when you can't see results, and the peace that whispers, God is still in control, even in the storm. A genuine faith doesn't need to be loud, it just needs to be real. It shows itself through small acts of love, forgiveness, and kindness. It's found in the way you treat others, in your patience when tested, and in your humility when blessed. Genuine faith doesn't seek attention or reward. It simply seeks to please God. It's about walking in truth, not just talking about it. It's about choosing honesty when lying would be easier, choosing hope when despair feels stronger, and choosing love even when it's hard. When your faith is genuine, your life becomes a quiet reflection of divine grace. People may not always hear you speak about God, but they will see Him through your actions. That's what it means to live faithfully. To let your heart, your choices, and your words align with what you believe. Every morning, remind yourself to keep your faith pure and sincere. Because when your faith is real, it gives you peace in chaos, light in darkness, and strength in weakness. And through that genuine faith, your life becomes a living testimony of God's presence and power.